Alright, time for the cats. First, we're going to restore durability, because the cats can eat a lot. 33 should be enough, we shouldn't have any problems, but no need to risk it. We have repair powder, so we don't have to rest and then set up RTSR again. It saves a bit of time. Okay, and let's go. Now, we could be fighting Ivory King right now. We are prepared for that battle. But you really don't want to beat Ivory King and then have to face reindeers in the frigid outskirts. So we're going to take care of this first. At the start, we're going to use the coffin to get our bearings and run to the first building. There are no enemies between the coffin and the first building, so this is very safe. Now, when running in a blizzard, you should generally try and keep your stamina high because you can't see where you're going. So this way, when the blizzard ends and you can see where you're going, you'll have a full bar of stamina to run with. So you can correct your course and get to your destination. Now, we won't be attacked in the building. Reindeers won't see us here. They won't come for us. So we're going to wait out the next blizzard here before we continue. Green blossoms are optional, but if you have them, this is the best time to use them. So eat one maybe 10 to 15 seconds after the blizzard starts, and it should last you through most of the next section. So what we're going to do is run out to the corpse between the first building and the second. It'll serve as a landmark, so we don't get lost in the blizzard. We can use it to point us in the right direction. There's some RNG here and where that hollow goes, but that's what the bow is for. Though in this case we could use the rapier because he's in melee range. If he's close enough to mess with you, just take him out and then get the hammer ready. We're going to space the reindeer's first attack and then flatten them with a strong attack. There's one and two. Now ditch the hammer, use the corpse to get your bearings, and run. You don't want to run with the hammer out because it's very, very heavy. It slows down your stamina regeneration a lot. Now, spacing those reindeer's attacks is harder than it looks. They are faster than you, they can chase you down, so you need to know when to run. It takes reasonably good timing, takes a bit of practice, but it's much easier than trying to roll through that headbutt. And they can do attacks other than the headbutt, by the way, though it's very rare. But the other attacks are generally easier to fight against, so you can do the same thing. Space them and then flatten them. Alright, for this next section, it's going to be the same strategy. Leave another green blossom. We'll run to another corpse, maybe shoot some hollows in the way. And then we'll flatten another reindeer before going on to the next building. So where are the hollows? One is in our way. The other looks like he's not. I'll shoot him anyway to be sure. And then ready to hammer. You don't have a whole lot of time to waste here, because there's some variation in the clear weather. We could have had a blizzard by now already. Anyway, let's see if we can space his attack. Good. Down he goes. Now for this next run, you want to swing far out to the left, farther than you think, because this hillside we're running along a slope, so it can kind of push you to the right. And there's an enemy on the right that we really don't want to aggro. That guy over there. We also want to swing out far to the left anyway, because there's a golem inside the building who can see us if we're too close. So swing out far left, give it a wide berth, and come around this outside. And now we've pretty much made it. We shouldn't see any more reindeer. So let's prepare for the boss. We'll take 3 rolls out from the edge of the building here. That'll get us a bit closer to our destination to help guarantee we can make it before the next blizzard, because there is variation again to the timing. Clear weather can last anywhere between maybe 15 and 22 seconds. But this way, even if we get very poor RNG, we should be able to make it before the next blizzard, before the next reindeer. So let's go. As long as you run in a good line here, you should be able to make it every time. And yep, we're clear. Not even a hint of a blizzard. And once you reach this path, there will be no more blizzards, there will be no more reindeer, we're safe. Now it's just us and the boss. So, Twin Tigers. Blood and Zound is a very easy fight. The biggest mistake I see people make is they give them too much respect. This is not a difficult fight. Don't make it a difficult fight. We're going to buff up max damage rings, a fire resin and a bright bug. At the start, we're going to go for 2 counter hits. If one of them is not a counter hit, we can go for a third, and that will not trigger the second cat. So we can kill the first one before the second one joins the fight. That's not a counter hit, so I need 2 more. That's a counter. What's he doing? Okay, 1 more counter. Now he's ready to go. Now this is the part where you don't want to play safe. The mistake I see people making is they try and wait for the perfect opportunity to kill him, and they end up just burning their buffs, and then they're in trouble. So we're just going to take the next chance we get and go for it. I don't really care what he does. We're going to take him down before Zalin can do anything. And even if we can't, fighting 2 cats at once is not very scary when one of them only has 1 hit left. It's really not that bad. And then once it's 1-on-1, you should be good to go. They're just like Ava, very predictable. Any buffs, giving you a free chance to kill. And there we go. Tigers are down. Don't make the fight harder than it is. Alright, next stop is Ivory King. Hardest fight in the game. We could go fight him right now, but we no longer need the Old Knight Hammer for the rest of the run, so we might as well ditch that strength and get more dex. We also have some souls we could use for levels, so might as well. You want to be as strong as possible for Ivory King. So we're going to use another soul vessel to respec. We'll get our endurance back. We'll get our ADP back. And then we'll just dump everything else into dex. And while we're at it, we'll go and level up as well. So let's see what we can afford. We'll get as much dex as we can, and if we cap it, which we probably will, yep, we'll put everything else into endurance. Okay, Ivory King, here we come.